That vaccine rollout, it is ramping up today in a big way. Healthcare workers got their first shots yesterday, many after months on the front lines. Today, hundreds more sites will receive the vaccine as part of a massive operation that hopefully, just hopefully, will eventually end this pandemic.
It's a huge cause for hope at a time of great suffering in this country. The American death toll has now passed 300,000 since the pandemic began. And consider this, the U.S. has around 4% of the world's population, but more than 18% of the dead tied to the coronavirus. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, is at UC Davis Medical Center. That's in Sacramento. David, good morning to you.
Tony, good morning. Listen, I've referred to this as the Super Bowl of medicine, but not everybody gets to play on day one, so there's a second day. And that's what's happening around the country. Today, UC Davis and other health institutions will get their shipment. And you know when it arrives? The Pfizer vaccine is frozen. So we've asked Nurse Mary Rose, an RN here who's been treating frontline patients and will get the vaccines, to show us what reconstitute means. She just took saline out of a bottle. She will now inject it in what will be a vial of the vaccine when it arrives. You get the saline with the vaccine, you mix it up, and you are ready to go. Doesn't take long, and that's what's happening at health institutions around the country.
Okay, little poke, 1, 2, 3.
These were the shots seen across America, from the first nurse in Queens, New York, to California. Frontline workers are leading the way yet again, receiving doses of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine. Dr. Militia Cumberland was the first person vaccinated at her hospital in Connecticut.
Do you have any symptoms after the shot?
No, outside of some regular, when you get a shot, you have that soreness in your arm. That's it, nothing else.
Dr. Cumberland says she's aware of the public's concerns and admits she was also a little hesitant at one point.
I'm proud of myself for doing it.
Proud of yourself, why?
Because I was selfless. I did it to make sure that, yes, I'm safe, but I did it to start to almost build trust within our community and to really say, we trust science.
To West Virginia now. Governor Jim Justice became one of the first elected officials to be injected. He said he wanted to build public confidence in its safety. 141 sites received shipments on Monday, and the government plans to deliver 2.9 million doses to 636 locations this week. Now, U.S. leaders want to vaccinate about 50 million people by February. Reaching that number will also depend on the FDA's approval of the Moderna vaccine, which could be available for distribution as early as next week.
We have enough vaccines already purchased to ensure we can meet our goal of vaccinating every American who wants it by the end of the second quarter of 2021.
Back to Dr. Cumberland. She says she could not be more proud to be a part of this historic moment.
The legacy I want to leave is that I gave myself to let people know that they are safe. I gave myself so that someone else is healed, cured, and they find peace of mind.
And what a legacy, Dr. Cumberland. Listen, when you get Pfizer's vaccine, you get a card like this to remind you the date you got the vaccine and that you need to get a second one in order to be complete. That's for Pfizer's vaccine. The race to find out when the vaccine is getting here is like waiting for your gifts on Christmas morning. Chad's the chief pharmacist. What's the delivery expected to be?
This morning.
This morning?
This morning.
Is it already in Sacramento?
It is in Sacramento.
They've been tracking it all the way from Memphis, Gayle. This morning it arrives.
I know. We saw Chad yesterday looking at that same machine. But I love how you showed how Mary Rose took us through the process of how it all works. I think that's very interesting, just to let us know every step of the way.
Quick and easy.
Yeah, exactly how it goes. David, thank you very much.